So the AI, it is actually an advantage for us if we embrace it and use it in the right way.
But what if I told you that there is a new AI that claims ChatGPT is biased and says it can answer questions in a more fair and balanced way? Would you like to know which AI this is? Let's dive in. ChatGPT is arguably the biggest and one of the most famous AI platforms out there. Of course, there are other players, but many people uses it for reference. But some are saying that there is a new kid on the block, a new AI, that it is the future of natural AI. Others are asking who decides what's fair and natural. And when I get to that AI, you would probably never heard about it before, and this may be the first time you're hearing about it. But many people are saying that they're choosing it because it is unbiased and tries to be as fair and as equal as possible. You all know a few years back, AI has been criticized for being unbiased and prejudice.
Now to the AI revolution and growing concerns about racism within the technology. So AI has recently, of course, seen this rise in popularity in this short amount of time, and it's seen as a tool in some cases that could help improve productivity or streamline workflow. And AI has already led to major developments in science and medicine. It's also impacting how we socialize.
But users are also sounding the alarm about a lack of representation for minorities, people of color within the technology. Some are saying AI is creating a racial divide, and it's helping to spread racism.
Now, I've personally witnessed where someone asked AI to come up with a profile of someone who may have broken into his house, and he give AI a little bit of prompt. No prompt whatsoever would be suggestive, just how they broke into the house and what they've taken and so on. And AI came up with a portrait of a black man, and in the office everyone was looking and saying, wow, this is unbelievable how much racial bias has been crafted and coded into the AI platform.
And the past is often something we don't want to repeat. It has a lot of historical power imbalances and societal biases, and that's going to show up in the decisions and the predictions that AI systems make. For instance, in some of the newer AI image generators, where people are using AI to generate images of themselves, even in things like LinkedIn profiles, they're finding that these AI systems tend to make them a bit more Eurocentric, whether that means lightening their skin tone or their facial features. Or even recently, I was using an AI image generator to generate images for my niece's and nephew's storybook, and all of the characters it tended to generate were white. So it just goes to show some of these biases that can be found all across the internet, which many of these systems are built on, are now getting fed into these AI systems, and some are making really big decisions about us, from mortgages to university acceptance to healthcare outcomes.
So what is the government doing about it? Is there an alternative? What are companies doing about it? How are they addressing this bias?
Are any companies taking steps to try and address these racial inequalities in AI?
I would say yes. I think the good thing is the conversation has moved quite a bit. In 2016, 17, 18, and 19, when researchers such as Dr. Joy Buolamwini started to flag AI being a really big reflection of bias, there wasn't much done. There was a lot of pushback by companies. Now we are at least seeing companies trying to make an effort, broaden who they're hiring, at least even recording what diversity statistics look like in their offices and in their companies, and recognizing that bias can occur.
Another AI platform that tries to address inequalities and ethical concerns is, here it comes, AI Aisha. Yes, AI Aisha is one of the most talked about platform that you will come across as more ethical and more natural. What is AI Aisha? AI Aisha is being described online as a new generation AI system designed to reduce bias in response, unlike mainstream AI tools like ChatGPT, which are trained with safety rules, content filters, and alignment systems. Aisha is being marked as something closer to a natural responder. In other words, it claimed to reduce political and cultural bias, give balanced perspectives, avoid filtering based on sensitive topics. Now that sounds impressive on paper, doesn't it? But here is where it gets interesting. Because less filtered doesn't automatically mean more truthful, it can also mean, perhaps some would argue, less safety controls. But the reason Aisha is blowing up isn't because it is a new AI platform, but it addresses some of the inequalities that has been affecting a specific community, and it is very well talked about. But let's hear the founder of AI Aisha gives more details onto what the platform really is.
Look, today Onyx Impact launched Aisha, which is a standalone app built from the ground up to better serve our communities. Right? You can download it right now at Aisha.ai. But we started this entire project well over a year ago because the most powerful information tool of our generation, AI, was being handed to Black communities in a form that was actively harming them, profiling us, harming us. We know this to be the case. We know that ChatGPT recommended the death penalty more often when defendants sounded Black. We know that AI data centers are disproportionately landing in Black communities. We know that image generators default to dark skin for a crime, right? And we know that 4 million job applications that were run through by AI hiring tools systematically rejected Black applicants. That's still happening today. So, but Aisha, we decided to center her first and foremost on Black sources, Black history, Black progress, right? We put guardrails around to ensure that Aisha was reducing bias at every step.
Now, the reason AI Aisha is blowing up isn't just because of what it does. It's because of what it represents. We are now in a moment where people are questioning mainstream AI systems. Are they too controlled? Are they too cautious? Are they shaping answers in subtle ways? So when something comes along claiming we remove the bias entirely, that instantly grabs attention. But experts would argue something important here. Every AI has bias, not because it's trying to be biased, but because it learns from humans' data. So the real question becomes, do you remove bias, or do you just change what bias is visible?
Right? We prioritized user privacy. We do not want your information. We do not use your personal data to train our model, your conversations. Our engineers can't even see your conversations, right? And we looked at what was happening from an environmental standpoint in Black communities, and we said that is not acceptable. And so Aisha's local proprietary model, uses data centers in Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal. Right. And we chose those places specifically because they represented the cleanest grid sources in all of North America. Right. And when we look at what they are able to do, what happens with at these power centers, right? The water goes directly from the turbines back into its source, and so little to no water supply is lost to power Aisha.
A better AI that uses a better power system and cooling system by recycling its water. A better AI that uses an ethical database that is normally talked about to be more accurate and more representative, a better AI that is revolutionizing a particular community that has been pushed aside and sidelined and is best served their interests. And when the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Right Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness, is talking about moving to the technological AI industry that may advance and help better serve his country, I hope he takes into consideration this particular AI that will definitely cater for his country's people's interests and will benefit his country in a more wider and broader and more fair and ethical way.
Solution is for us to use the technology to increase the level of training and skills in our society so that our people can take on higher order tasks which bring higher order pay. So the AI, it is actually an advantage for us if we embrace it and use it in the right way, not as a displacement of labor, but to ensure that our labor force gets the training, the experience to take on higher skilled, more sophisticated tasks that will grow our economy.
So is AI Aisha or Aisha AI really fairer than ChatGPT? Right now, there is no simple answer. What we can say is this: every AI reflects choices made by humans. The real challenge isn't building an AI with no bias. It's building one where the bias is clear, accountable, and understood. Because in the end, the question isn't just what AI tells us, it is what we are willing to believe and what we do with the information. But nevertheless, AI Aisha claims and appears to be more ethical than many of the other AI platforms out there. So what is your view? Sound off in the comment section. Let's have a discussion and a debate about this. So I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and I shall see you on the other topic.